Our ad's been in the paper for 2 weeks, and I always thought the first response would come from a complete stranger or some lunatic, not from Ian's distant aunt in some little farm town.
Joseph. Old Beelzebub. How long have you been sleeping in my backyard? Must have been a bad rabid.
Oh, either that or he loved his ropes. Had me a few of them in my day.
I smell a criminal.
He was obviously denied a Christian burial.
He's an ugly sausage. I say throw him back in the bog.
You will not! I found him! He's precious rare. When the world finds out, I'll never sew another stitch.
Well, he's a bogman, you know. You'll find Gertie, he'll put us on the map.
To the Heath.
The Heath will run red with your blood. This creature from the slime is a harbinger of doom. Hell has erupted on the Heath.
Over there, Angus. He's on a pisser again.
Come on, men. Let's put Brother Angus into his corner. Come on.
I'll help you, Vicar.
I may be blind, but I can see doom. Beware the words of the prophet.
Prophet my ass. This week it's the Bogman. Last week he was railing on about Fergus Grey.
But he predicted the postal strike last year.
There's a postal strike every year.
Randy, you haven't touched your beef Wellington.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looks wonderful, really, but I'm trying not to eat meat these days.
I know a carnival when I see one.
Every time we sit down for a bit of supper, I get it.
You'll finish your supper. Your granddad will get it.
It's supper time.
Henry! It's Gertie. Elspeth, please.
It's Gertie.
Mum's sister from the country.
Hello, love.
Sis, you won't believe it. I found a man.
Are you in one of those swinging singles bars?
Oh, what's she raving about this time?
She's found a man.
A dead man.
A dead man?
Dear.
In my bog.
In her bog? A bogman? That's nice for you.
Bogman. Is that anything like Swamp Thing?
It's a corpse. The acidic peat in the bog preserves them. They can be hundreds, thousands of years old.
Whoa, like a mummy?
Very much like a mummy. This is a rare find if it's really a bogman.
She wants you to go down there and examine it for her.
Be cool, let's go.
What about our classified ad?
We've only had a couple responses, and none are half as exciting as this one.
Gertie's family, please, son.
Well, these finds are very rare, and they can be extraordinary if this one's authentic.
Yes, he's very excited. He'll be there.
Me too.
And his assistant, Miss Wallace. Lovely. They'll meet you at the Three Horseshoes.
It's Fergus Grey.
Wipe your feet before you come in here.
Mr. Grey, come to have a drink?
Where'd you find this?
In the bloody bog. What's it to you? Who's there? Now it's the bloody electricity board. Who's messing about with my house? Come out and show yourself, you bastard! I'll give you a whipping you'll never forget in a hurry.
Don't be too disappointed if Gertie's discovery is a letdown. It's probably just the scarecrow that fell into the tower. Gertie is considered eccentric even by my family's standards.
I just love getting out of the city, you know, though. It's so quaint here. Isolated.
Well, they do have electricity, you know. Last I heard, they can even get the telly.
I mean, this place is probably steeped in myths and legends. If there are any antidotes for these ancient curses, I mean, this is where we're gonna find them.
I love an optimist.
Do you?
You Gertie's nephew?
Yes, I'm Professor Ian Matheson, and this is Miss Wallace.
We've been expecting you. I'm Abigail Willoughby.
How do you do?
Poor Gertie told us you were coming.
Poor Gertie? What's happened to her?
Professor Matheson?
Yes. This is Miss Wallace.
I think perhaps the young lady might want to wait outside.
The young lady does not want to wait outside, thank you. I think the young lady does want to wait outside.
Who could have done such a thing?
Haven't the foggiest. Hasn't been a murder in the Heath in over 100 years. Whoever did it certainly knew how to use a needle. The only person round here could stitch as neatly as that was Gertie herself.
Bogman killed Gertie. Listen here, God is me witness. Last night when I was cleaning, he moved. He did, his hands moved.
Sounds if Angus wasn't the only one to drown in a barrel yesterday.
There's a wolf in our midst. An evil feeding on our thoughts and our fears.
Peace, Angus.
Oh, you may laugh. But dark forces are at work among us. We're all in danger.
Oh, here, old man, have a drink. Why, you ungrateful wretch!
Ah! You have the mark of the wolf.
Who?
You know evil.
Me know evil?
She know evil?
It was so weird. It was like he was looking right through me.
He's blind, Randi.
But how could he know about my...
He can't. He's mad. He's one of these colourful country characters you've been dying to spend your holidays with.
Look, I know this sounds silly, but I do feel a presence here. Just like that night on the moors.
What do you mean?
I mean, there's more to Gertie's murder than meets the eye.
I'm sure the constable is following up all leads.
Including the supernatural ones?
So sad. She was a good sister, she was.
We ask ourselves, who could commit such a monstrous act? Here, we are the lovely Heath, a place of harmony, community. No, it's beyond the bounds of humans. God is chosen
Randi and I are going to stay on for a day or two. Help clean up Gertie's affairs and things.
For all her shenanigans, she was a good egg. She was.
The Reverend did it.
What?
He killed Gertie.
Shut your bleeding cake hole. And don't speak that way about a man of the cloth.
Well, it's obvious. He's much too nice. It's all an act. Respect every man of the cloth, my foot.
Don't be silly, Artelsa. People are nice here in the country.
They've stitched Gertie up like a holiday turkey. How nice was that?
Now look what you've done. Squeeze that big bum in the back seat and let's go home.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I got some great shots of Boggy. I'll cut you guys in on what I get from the Daily News, okay?
Look, maybe you should wait until Ian and I get back.
I don't think so. Wait till you see your room at the inn.
What's he talking about?
He just came with me to make the reservations.
Something wrong with the place?
No, it's lovely. But there's only one bedroom.
What will the neighbors think?
bring back my bogey to me. Cheers, bogey. Oh, my.
Sorry, Abigail. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Me heart's beating in me mouth.
Oh, and a big heart it is, too. Just making my rounds. How are we tonight?
Oh, we're all right.
Would you like a police escort home? Personal services?
Oh, no. My car's just in back. I've just got to finish up.
Constable,
What is it?
come quick. Someone's broken into your office.
Close the door behind you. You drank it, didn't you? Poor bugger. You must be thirsty. Bet you haven't had a good stiff one in centuries. Maybe we could both do with a good stiff one. You know, you should be our mascot. Yeah, the Bogman pub, we call it. I'll drink to that. We'll both drink to that. Nah, maybe I'll sell you off. Bet you bring in a few quid. My boggy lies over the ocean. My boggy lies over the sea. My boggy... Who is it? Trying to escape, were we? Now, how am I going to heft you back up there? Never mind. We'll leave you till morning. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bog bugs bite. Oh no! No, please! 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 Please!
Oh, very cozy.
Sorry about the accommodation.
Well, that's okay. We'll make do. Have our own little pajama party.
I don't wear pajamas.
Oh. Come on. I can just see you in a little pair of silk PJs and a smoking jacket.
I don't smoke either.
Bet you do.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. So what do you wear to bed?
It depends on the circumstances.
I usually sleep in the raw. Usually.
It happened one night.
Excuse me?
You know, the old American movie with Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert. It's a classic. They run it constantly on the telly. From the 30s.
I'd rather read a book.
Aren't we cultured? Just like in the movie.
You didn't have to do this, you know.
I think it's proper.
It's extremely proper.
We'll both be more comfortable. You'll see. Sleep well.
You too. I make you nervous?
Yes, no, I mean, yes, sometimes you do.
Am I too aggressive?
Randi, I am the teacher, and you are the student. We need boundaries. This is a boundary.
I scare you because of what I turn into.
No. You made me nervous before all that started.
That's good. I mean, at least it's not just... Well, you know what I mean. Don't you? Ian? Ian, are you pretending you don't know what I'm talking about?
I'm pretending to be asleep. You should do the same.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
Don't let the bedbugs bite.
Professor! Professor Matheson, are you in there? Please, wake up.
What time is it?
Ooh. Over here, Professor. Miss.
Oh, my God.
The devil has come to the Heath.
Now, we've all been shaken by the tragic events of these past 2 days. But together, we can get to the bottom of it. Gertie's nephew, Professor Matheson, and his colleague, Miss Wallace, have offered to help us investigate these cases.
Oh, that's a grand idea. Might as well ask the devil himself.
Well, another incident occurred last night. Someone broke into my office. Fortunately, Mr. Oates stopped the intruder before he made away with anything. Where is Mr. Oates?
I'll get him.
Now, have any of you seen...
It's one of you! Dark One has returned. More blood will flow.
Your pagan beliefs are not welcome in the house of the Lord.
Bring me a cloth from one of the victims, and I shall name the killer. I may be blind, but I can see. And though you see, you are blind.
What is it?
Mr. Oates!
It's no good you trying to... Now make way now, make way. Professor Matheson, Miss Wallace, please.
Oh, my God.
Cooked in his own oven.
God have mercy on us all. May Mr. Oates be risen.
Go home, there's nothing to see. Why don't you all go home? There's nothing to see.
Look, I know you think he's a little off, but I think we should talk to Angus.
A little off. The man's a walking banana plantation.
But I have a feeling about him. I mean, he sees things that nobody else does. He makes my skin itch.
That's fleas.
Constable? Hi. We'd like to have a little talk with Angus.
Oh, don't waste your time. He's a bit, how do you Americans say? Doing lunch?
Something like that. But we would like that piece of cloth.
Cloth?
Yes. You know, the one that Gertie was wearing the night she was...
If you say so.
When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Come, both of you. Sit.
I've not encountered one of your kind in a good many years.
How could you know?
I'm descended from Celtic priests. I keep the knowledge alive. Why are you here?
We need your knowledge.
There's no cure for the mark of the wolf. That's what you truly want to know, isn't it?
What do you mean? There's gotta be.
It's not known to Celtic magic. You must live with your burden. Hi. What have you brought for me? Oh, yes. Yes. The seamstress's dress.
You know who did it, don't you?
Who was it? Who killed my aunt? Fergus, is Fergus Gray the killer?
Is he dead?
No. He's just drunk.
Fergus Gray.
Come on. Let's go and have a chat with Fergus Gray.
Wow. One step beyond.
In the old days, people thought these bogs were haunted.
He lives there?
With his servants, cooks, and upstairs maids, yes.
Shut up.
Mr. Gray?
What's that?
Where? Blood.
Homie.
At least it explains the blood.
Someone saw the decor and slashed their wrists?
It's a smokehouse, Randy.
Oh. Is this normal?
It's not unusual. He's a hunter.
Jerk. I've seen enough.
Mr. Gray.
What the hell do you want?
We came to talk to you.
Don't want to talk. Well, get out of my home.
Mr. Gray, we'd like to speak with you. Angus said...
Angus? I can imagine what he said.
Randy.
Get off my land before I shoot and smoke you. Huh. Ian and kidney pie.
his office after the break-in.
It has to be him. Angus is right.
We should get Constable Leary to go round
No,
there.
no. We stake him out.
Stake him out?
Yeah, we hide in the car and wait for him to make his next move.
In the car? All night?
If you think you can handle it without the wall of Jericho.
We'll sleep in shifts.
You're a fun date.
It's your reputation.
Too late.
My God, Ian. Your snoring could wake the dead. We have enough trouble staying put around here. Your turn.
Ian, wake up. Ian, look!
What?
He's leaving.
Let's go.
Ugh, this stuff is muck.
Go on, go on.
This is disgusting.
What's a little bog rot between friends?
Sake.
Precisely.
God.
Some kind of ceremony. Celtic, I bet.
Atticus.
Sacrifice.
Atticus.
Oh, God. Look, a broken chain. The one they found on the Bogman.
So that's how Gertie found him. The chain finally snapped.
What kind of writing is that?
It's a variation on Celtic. I can't quite make it out. I'd love to take that to a library.
I read a lot of Nancy Drew.
Are you reading or just looking for pictures?
Evelyn Wood?
I've got it.
Let's hear it.
Here lie the remains of Atticus Grey.
Atticus Grey? That's an ancestor of Fergus.
Right. In this dreary bog, his corpse must stay. For should he ever rise again, his heinous crimes will never end. Hanged 1804. Now, I can't make out this last line.
I'll look him up in the village register. Got him. Atticus Grey. The body of Atticus Grey. He was notorious for killing his victims in the manner of their profession.
Suspiciously familiar.
He was hung and buried in the bog almost 200 years ago.
Old Fergus must be playing out some kind of ancestral prophecy.
Before taking the noose, he cursed the village, promising to rise from the grave and continue killing.
That's it? Then there's no clue about that last line.
Maybe Angus would know what it says.
That's all we could read. If you could help.
Ah, now you come to me, crazy old Angus. Well, blind old man isn't quite such a fool as you thought. A Celtic priestess inscribed that stone to counter Atticus's curse. For evil that powerful can neither be subdued by ordinary means nor tempered by time.
So how do we break the curse of Atticus?
As inscribed, he can be stopped by that which hanged him, the noose.
The noose?
Only with the noose around his neck can you lead him back to the grave and anchor him in the dark pit.
Thank you. Do you think maybe Fergus didn't do it after all?
Well, let's not look for a ghost under every bed. Fergus is obviously acting out the curse of Atticus.
But maybe we should get that noose, you know, just in case.
Look, no noose is good news.
Oh.
We don't need the bloody thing. You don't actually think... Randy, bogmen don't run around. They just lie there, they sink, and they rot.
Yes, Professor. And there are no such thing as werewolves. Fine. We won't get the news. And the next time there's a full moon, you won't restrain me. We'll just take in a show.
Who did this to you?
Atticus Grey is the killer. The curse is true. It's all here. Now we just need the noose.
I assure you, Miss Wallace, Atticus Grey's over there in that pub as dead as my Aunt Mimi. Deader.
Just the noose. That's all we need is the noose.
All right, if it will just stop your bloody caterwauling, you can have the damn thing. Here.
Thank you, Constable. I told you.
Obviously, Fergus Grey has stolen the corpse. Let's get over there before somebody else dies.
I better take some fingerprints.
Get away! Or I'll fire! I mean it! Atticus! I wasn't trying to stop you. My family and I have always given you honor. Believe me.
No one here.
Something's cooking. Oh, God. It's Fergus Gray. He's got it. I got it. I got
Get the noose tighter!
Oh my God! Ian! 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 Kill him! Oh God! Kill him! The news! Kill him!
Let's get this old bastard back where he belongs.
Isn't there some kind of Bogman removal service or something?
We're it, I'm afraid.
That was the most painful suicide I ever saw. First he jumps into an animal trap, and then he jumps into a fire.
That was no suicide.
Mind you, Fergus was always one of those, you know the word, masochists.
But we told you what happened.
We may not be as sophisticated as you people up in London, but we do know ghost stories from reality. The matter is closed. Fergus was the killer. And if you're wise, you'll get out of town before people find out that you destroyed their Bogman.
But if Fergus was
No, Randy, he is right. And tomorrow night is the full moon.
Uh-oh.
Bit superstitious, are we?
Bye.
No.